Hello YouTube, my name is Lee and this is Prepare for the Worst. Since this is my first video, I thought I should start by showing you what's in my main bag. Before we get started, I should tell you a couple of things. First, I normally live in my car. Right now I am house sitting for a friend, but in a couple of months I'll be back in the car again. The second thing, I normally carry 4 bags with me. My main bag, secondary backpack, just carries a couple of things I would normally put on me, and a couple of smaller bags. Today we're only doing that main bag. The other thing you should know, I don't pay full price for most of what I get. So even though something might be expensive, I didn't pay that much for it. A lot of my most expensive gear, I only paid $12 or $13 for. Insane, but you go to Goodwill, you go clearance aisles, you can get some good things for low prices. So let's get into it. So the bag I carry is a Mystery Ranch Terra Frame 65. Love this bag. So let's start on the outside and work our way in. I've added a couple side pockets, so we'll start there. So, first, compass. Gotta know where you're going. You have right in the rain. When you are heading out in the woods, you should always mark down what direction you're going in. Carry some pace beads or keep track of how far you're going, so that you can find your way back again. Keep a emergency blanket, which with all of my other gear, should never need that, but you never know. Water is a big thing. You need that to survive. Municipal buildings have water supplies on the outside. This is a Silcock key, allows you to turn them on. We have a ferro rod. You should always start with a Bic lighter. That's always your primary. You don't want to mess around with, trying to start your fire with a spark or anything. Go with a lighter. Keep it simple. If the lighter's not working, you have no other choice. You always want to back up. Backup plan to the backup plan. We have a pen for the Right in Rain, made specifically for the Right in the Rain. You have a mini flashlight, works off of 9-volt batteries. Just something to give you a little bit of light. I have a headlamp in another bag. I have flashlights that I carry, but that's just to see in the bag and simple things like that. And that's it for that pocket. Now, here, wet ones. Keep yourself clean. Here are binoculars, so you can see what's up ahead. And I keep a Spot 11 grenade pouch on the side for my radio. Communication is probably going to be down. Don't know if that's going to work or not. If it doesn't work, go and throw it in the garbage. We're going to leave it behind. If it does work, it's good to have communications. Even if you can't get a hold of anybody, it still has no radio and it has FM radio. So you can still keep track of what's going on. Side pouch, USGI poncho. You make a shelter with it, little tarp system. You can throw it over yourself and your bag. You can do a lot of things with it. You can use it for rain collection. One of the best things that you can have with you is a rain poncho, a good poncho. And that is it for the side pockets. Oh, missed one. On the strap, I have a little bag for my Leatherman rebar. I keep a Leatherman on my side, but backup plan to the backup plan. Well, let's clear this up and I will get into the next pouch. Start at the top. Alright, so since I normally live in my car, it's hard to get some sleep with the sun shining in your face. So that's just a face mask, you know, covering my eyes so I can get a little sleep at night. Now, that's a pack cover. This is from One Wind. It can cover your pack. It can be turned into a under hammock, gear hammock, or it can be turned into a hammock chair that you can string from a tree and sit on. Preset ridgeline, battery from my battle bag, guy line for stringing up the tarp. I don't know what I'm going to need yet, so I haven't reset it yet. Stay balaclava. Shouldn't need it, but it's a good thing to have. Notebook. So this one is meant for different channels, repeaters, codes for the battle plan. Number 2 paper. When you gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta wipe yourself, you gotta keep clean. Good pair of gloves. Again, keep yourself clean when you're out there. You get stuff all over your hands and it ends up in your mouth. If you're carrying gear, you need a way to repair it. These are patches for air pads and things like that. Also can be used on the tarp. Keeps everything dry. Matches, we've got Zippo Typhoon matches. Supposed to be some of the best on the market. They burn for about 30 seconds. They can burn underwater. Fire is important, so you need redundancies. You got to be able to make your fire. So we got some bank line, and it's a sewing spike. So if you make a knot that you don't like, you can pull it out, redo it. Otherwise, you have to cut your cord and you end up losing more cord than you want to. It's just a USB-C adapter. So the new Baofeng batteries have a USB-C. You can actually charge them from a power bank now. Great addition. Bug net. Down here in Florida, you gotta have a bug net. Mosquitoes will eat you apart. So, Gorilla Tape. Not a big fan of duct tape. I can never really find a good one. If you can find a good one, it costs about the same as Gorilla Tape. You might as well get the Gorilla Tape. You wrap that around a card. Keeps it flat, easier to carry. Another battery rate for the radio. Pack of AAAs. My headlamp uses AAA, so I keep extras. And that's it for the top. Now, side pouch. So, bit of olive oil. Again, I live in my car, so something to cook with. More Neve companion. Honestly, I would rather have a bushcraft style knife than any kind of a fighting knife. You don't want to be fighting while you're out there. That is going to do you a lot more good in a lot more ways. If you're relying on a knife for fighting, you're in trouble. Now, this I keep wrapped up, keep it clean, but it is a coffee filter. So I keep a couple packs of coffee, make myself some coffee in the morning. If I run out of coffee, an emergency, that can actually be used as a pre-filter with the coffee filters. So you can filter your water before you run it through a Sawyer. Keeps your Sawyer clean. I have a Mora, I'd rather use that. But if I come across somebody that doesn't have a knife, I drive Uber, so if I have a passenger or come across somebody that doesn't have a knife, I can give this to them, I can trade it to them, get something that I might need. Or if that breaks or anything, I at least have a backup. So instead of cutlery, no, not cutting, but we have titanium fork and a titanium long handle spoon. Kind of thing you don't want to be making while you're out there. I'm going to be eating Mountain House meals. They're dehydrated meals. You put hot water in them. They boil themselves, and you want a good long spoon to get down in the bag so you don't get food all over your hands. So we have a trowel. Goes along with the toilet paper. When you gotta go, you dig yourself a hole, keep it clean. I keep 4 tent stakes with me for my tarp and some spices. So we have garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and salt and pepper. Got to give your food a little bit of flavor. Drive me nuts otherwise. On to the next one. So we'll start with, again, if you have gear, you need a way to take care of it. So sharpening block, keep the blades nice and sharp. If it's not sharp, it's not doing you any good. We got a Bacro Laplander, a way to process wood. I made a little Kydex sheath, so that'll go on my side. Coffee filters, again, for my coffee and for pre-filtering the water. Sawyer squeeze. We added a screen at the bottom. So this is a faucet screen you can get from Home Depot, Lowe's. They're meant to go in faucets, and I use it to pre-filter the water so that the debris doesn't get into the filter and destroy the filter. Now, this here is a millbank bag, which I got the idea from Dave Cadbury. So you soak this in water. You don't want it to be dry when you start. You got to soak it first. Put dirty water in here and hang it from a branch. Put your cup or bottle underneath it, and that'll filter out all of the debris before running it through your main filter. You want to preserve your filter as long as possible. Keep that debris out of it. And water is your number one. You run out of that, you die. So with the Silcock key on the municipal buildings, you can open the box, you can turn it on with the key, but a lot of them have the spout going up, so you can't open it without spraying it all over yourself. This will give me something that I can attach to that spout and allow me to direct it straight into my water bottle. Just a cleaning sponge to keep my pots and frying pan clean. Not the most important thing in the world, but they're extremely light and give you something. So I have a surge water tube system. So you can put on a pretty much any kind of water bottle that has all the adapters and all. And you can keep your bottle in your in the pocket of your pack and run the tube up and use it like a water bladder. Have a whip antenna for my bow bang. Just gives you a little bit more range. The one that I keep on it is just a stubby. It's short range, just for, you know, small distances. This will get you a little farther. I also have a larger whip to get out and reach somebody. And that'll be it. We also have a bunch of grim locks. I keep grim locks on my pack. I keep them on my other bags. They're good to have to attach things to it quickly and easily. So that'd be it for now. It's time for the main pack. So now for the main compartment. Now first, right under this hood, I keep a thin, lightweight pair of water shoes. So I can get across small streams, or I can wear those at camp, so I don't have to put my boots on in the middle of the night, things like that. Now, I keep, I think about 10 of these with me, Mountain House meals. So, we have fuel, it's my totes, titanium pot. I keep some coffee filters with it, sand for the fuel, this is my little fire maple stove, goes on there, and a little flint striker. Also keep another small can of fuel just in case. A different type of filter, and a scraper. Keep the pots clean. Now at some point I'll be doing reviews, so I'll be going over some of the items that I carry to give you a better idea of them. We have a Boundless Voyage frying pan with a lid. The lid is the important thing for me. So, glove. So that's a heat resistant glove. So I can pick that up. I can pick up my pot, anything like that. It's a shower. It's a dry bag that you fill with clean water, and it has a little shower attachment so you can hang it up and rinse yourself off a little bit. Now, this Boundless Voyage frying pan has folding handles, so you can cook over your fire, or you can just use it as a bowl. Again, that lid is the big thing. Here I have another small, this is a small titanium cup. Just something I can make my coffee in, because I'm not going to be carrying my tumbler with me. And this is a Hydro Pack Seeker. I think it's a 3 liter. Water is the most important thing. You've got to have water. So, way to carry water. I have filters. I have attachments for these bags. I have everything I need for it. The puffer coat. Living in Florida, most of the time I don't need it. During the winter, it does get down a little bit, so having a way to bundle up is a good idea. You don't want to be walking around freezing all day. Now, here's some things I'll get into in a minute, because they have things in them. So, sleeping pad. Not 100% necessary, but a good night's sleep is definitely a good idea. And I sleep in my car, so I've got to keep it with me anyway. Hammock. Again, I'll go have reviews for things like this later on. This is Eagle's Nest Jungle Pack, or Jungle Nest. Has the bug net on it and everything. Sam splint. You get injured, you want a way to splint up without having to use sticks. Microfiber blanket or a towel. You need to dry up. Map. Got some moleskin for your feet. It's a little cutting board. It's lightweight, you know, so you're not cutting your food on the ground or anything. So this is the Source. Is it Source or Surge? Source, I think. Drinking tube that I was talking about. Those things are great, by the way. We have straps for the hammock. Whizzy wipes. So you're going to run out of toilet paper at some point. These, you put a little bit of water on them, and you've got a piece of toilet paper. Now, tarp, free soldier. Gotta have shelter. Gotta have a way to cover up. And even if you got the hammock, you gotta put something over it so you don't get rained on. Say pioneer tool or bushcraft tool. You make pegs and holes. Something that you probably won't be doing out in the woods when you're running away, but I think it's good to have. The other antenna that I was talking about, it's a 3 foot, I believe. Another bag I gotta go through. It's a Trekology pillow. Again, good night's sleep. Here we have a Snug Pack Jungle Pack. It's a sleeping bag with a bug net across the front, so you don't always have time to put up your hammock and all of that. You got a way to get some sleep, keep the bugs off you in the middle of the night. And not bad. So there's a couple of things in here that I don't want to talk about on my channel at the moment. Maybe later on, but right now I'm trying to keep that thing away from here. So that's it for that. Okay, so now for the small pouches and bottle that I talked about. So here we have a Keith's titanium water bottle. Single wall, so you can boil in it if you need to. Said it was packed with stuff. Another attachment for the Source water system. The handle for the bag. There are more fittings for the water system. These are attachments for the Sawyer squeeze. So instead of using the plunger that it comes with, you can screw this onto it, screw one of the bags with clean water in it, and force it through with that to back flush it instead of having to use that stupid little plunger thing. I keep a couple of those with me because, again, keeping your plunger clean or your Sawyer clean is very important. Packets of coffee. These are bouillon cubes. Give you a little flavor and a little bit of electrolytes. More coffee. Another tube for the Sawyer. So these are more fittings for the Sawyer squeeze. More coffee. Coffee. More and more coffee. More bouillon cubes. Coffee. Electrolytes and water are very important. So I also carry packets specifically for electrolytes. More coffee, more electrolytes. More coffee, more electrolytes. And that's it for that one. Now, repair kit. Like I said, if you're going to have gear, you need a way to repair it and keep up on it. Now I don't have everything with me, but I have some things, you know. So that's an emergency sewing kit. It has needles in it. That's mostly for larger items, canvas items, things. That's more patches and glue for the air pad and the tarp, and a cylinder full of sewing needles for repairing everything else. Quick tip: learn how to sew. I'm not good at sewing. What I do does not look good. It looks like crap, but it holds. That's the main purpose. You need to be able to repair your gear. It doesn't have to look good. It just has to hold together. You're not going to have your mama with you to sew everything up for you. Now here, important things. I have a set of gaiters to keep tops of my or the bottoms of my pants dry and to keep ticks from getting in there. I have a shemagh. I have a few shemaghs floating around. You'll see that a couple of times. Extra pair of socks. Good pair of wool socks. Very important. You want to have more than one. You don't want your feet getting soaked and nasty. They will actually fall apart on you. Your feet will actually. Paracord, that's on like 700, 750 I think. Face mask, not for COVID. Face mask is for dust in the air, smoke, things like that. You want to be able to protect your lungs. And we have glow sticks. Glow sticks kind of speak for themselves. A little bit of light without having to worry about batteries. You can mark your way, things like that. Here we have stuff. So, Q-tips. Of course, keep your ears clean. If you get something in your eye, you can soak a Q-tip. You can fish it out, things like that. Q-tips are important. It's a earpiece for the radio, so you're not announcing your presence to everybody that's around you. It's an extension cord for the my long antenna for the Bugout, so I can attach the radio or the antenna to my bag and still have the radio on my side. I have bits of bank line floating around. Bank line is a good thing to have on you. Another bug net. Like I said, those mosquitoes are nasty. They mess you up. These are water tablets. If all else fails. I don't like the idea of using those because they take so long, but Bic lighter, that should always be your primary. And since your primary, you've got to have more than one. I keep one in this bag, I keep one in that bag, I keep one in my pocket. Another adapter for the radio, and instruction card for the water tablet. And that is it for this bag. And the last one, have fun putting this back together. So here we have a spatula. I don't know what you're going to be cooking, but if you don't have a way to cook it, you're going to be mad. Matches. These are UCO matches. They're weatherproof. Little fire bellows. Pair of tongs, again for your cooking. Another lighter. Another lighter. You should be able to find tinder all over wherever you're going to be. Toilet paper or whatever it is, fibers. If you can't find anything, if you absolutely have to, pirate putty just gives you a little bit of fire source, a little bit of tinder, and get that fire going. Another ferro rod. That's a bigger, thicker ferro rod. It'll last a little bit longer. That will hold the my grill here over a fire. So the hooks will attach to that, and you can cook whatever squirrel or fish or rabbit, whatever you get a hold of. And that's a titanium wood burning stove. So you can feed sticks through it, keep the fire going in case you run out of fuel for the fire maple stove. I believe that's everything. Yep, that's the last of it. So that's everything in this bag. Now, like I said, later on I'm going to have more videos. I'm going to have one on the smaller bags, my EDC, and another one for everything I keep in my car. I'm also going to be making more videos based on reviews. I want to review some of the gear that I have used. I want to go out into the woods and use more of the gear that I have. I want to get more gear, and I just want to do a lot of reviews. I want to show you how to use some of the gear that's here and what some of it's meant for. So that will be later on. For now, I think that's about it for today, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Y'all have a good day.